socialism? What? When have I ever strayed away from social democracy in the short term, socialism in the long term? Like, it's literally always been what I've advocated for.
Hasan bases his entire internet personality around pretending to be a socialist while simultaneously feeding off of donations and begging for subscriptions from those who make far less money than he does while living in a $3 million mansion in LA just to criticize others who live in $3 million mansions.
Dude, this is like unimaginable wealth, dude. How the fuck do people make this much money? $2.9 million near Las Vegas? Dude, oh my fucking lord, dude.
What? What the fuck?
And driving a 2022 Porsche instead of, you know, giving back to those who might actually need it. Just look at how nervous the grifter gets when even just the concept of charity is brought up.
This is a reminder, you don't have to wait for your favorite orgs to donate to charity. Go ahead and find your own favorite charity, such as, what's one of your favorites, Hasan? I like Gamers Outreach. Hasan spent all that money on a house, so he's not been giving to charity recently, which is why I can't think of any.
He keeps making contracts.
He can sit on Twitter and say he donated once or twice, but if a significant portion of his excessive amount of income is not going towards helping those who have been allegedly ruined by the system that he claims to hate so much, he is actively doing the exact opposite as to what he pretends to stand for. But socialism does not equal charity. Don't get it confused. But it also does not mean being as greedy as humanly possible.
Guys, if you want to support this event, this costs a shit ton of money, but it can all be paid back just by getting merch. Shitcamp.gg. There's no sponsor or anything.
Am I going to be reimbursed for the firearms stream?
Yeah.
Riding around in private jets, wearing $1,100 shirts one day, and wearing a shirt the next day that says, "Eat the rich." That is performative activism.
This is what political streamers do on the left, okay? The only political activism they will do is activism that benefits themselves. That's it. So yeah, there is activism they will do.
I'm sorry, that's all politics though.
But it's only when it directly serves their financial interests, like the good little capitalist fucking cucks they are. Because nobody's more capitalist than a motherfucker wearing a socialist label. Okay? They are the most capitalist motherfuckers on the platform.
A political ideology is worthless if almost all of your actions are the opposite of which you promote. And Hasan works for Jeff Bezos, by the way, one of, if not the greatest capitalist to ever touch Earth. Here is the definition of champagne socialist. In what world is that not Hasan? Even if you're this guy's biggest fan, I think we can all admit he preaches socialist ideals while living a luxurious capitalist lifestyle. And the socialist grifters fans will say things like, "Oh, but socialists could have nice things too." I'm sure they can. I've never personally been deluded enough to think that socialism is a good idea, but does a socialist really need the nicest possible things? I sold homes for more than 3 years full time. I've been in well over 1,000 houses, and I can confidently say, unless you have like 5 kids or something, nobody needs a 4,000 square foot home.
Finally moved into the new house, the $7 gazillion house.
I sold cars for a year, and I can confidently say nobody needs a $200,000 Porsche Taycan. You can get one of the nicest cars on earth for half of that. The only possible defense for Hasan's inability to actually practice what he preaches is to strawman the argument into
unironically advocate for the reactionary point of view that, like, you are not supposed to have a single fucking thing to yourself. Socialism is when no fucking toothbrush. And the less toothbrush you have, the more socialist you are.
No, nobody's saying you can't be a socialist and not have a house or a toothbrush, like Hasan likes to put it. What people are saying is that there is a huge difference between being a greedy capitalist pig and preaching socialism only because it benefits your bank account, like Hasan, and living modestly, like Bernie Sanders, and actively trying to actually implement socialism into the US government. Nobody on this planet ever talked about Ben Shapiro's $3 million LA mansion because he's a capitalist who did capitalist things to obtain that wealth. There is zero hypocrisy there. A perfect example, look at this clip of Hasan crying about how bad IRL streaming is because he makes less money doing it.
IRL streams are so much fun, but like they're just not as good as like regular streams. Like you can't fucking run the ads. Like
that is blasphemy. That is blasphemy, okay? You can't fucking run the ads. People need to go to hell for saying that nonsense.
If you're broke, I totally get saying these types of things, but once you're already a millionaire, who cares that you're making slightly less money doing a job that's 10 times more enjoyable than the average person's job? And look, Hasan is massively successful, there's no denying that, but what good is success if it's all built on a bunch of lies stacked on top of more lies? Hasan has
It's still success. What do you mean? Never heard of fake it till you make it? This guy retarded or what?